Hello, everybody. Oh gosh, what am I doing here? Oh, I'm trying to get my Instagram up. Yikes. What do I do? Edit. Does anybody do this? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry. Who's here? Say hi. Say hi. I'm just gonna go. Start. Oh, there we go. Okay, it was that easy. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Who's here? I don't even know. Okay, so I just started, everybody. I just started a new, chat. There we go. Oh, hi, Kelsey. I just started a new program. And hello, everybody on Instagram. I just started a new program and just a little different. So, gotta tell me where you're from, what the weather's like, and if you're drinking tea or whatever it is, let me know what it is. Okay, so I got Kelsey from the Lower Mainland. Always good to see you, Kelsey. And yeah, it is pouring rain here right now. I guess we're in a La Nina year, which just means more rain and I think more snow. Carrie's here from Langford. Hello, I was just down there like 2 days ago. Claire from the UK. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Alizira. Callie. I'm sorry if I say anybody's name wrong. Heather. Lighting is great. Oh, thank you. Oh, that was nice of you. Nasa, new subscriber. Debbie from Buffalo. Tanya from Tucson. Larissa, Winnipeg. Hello from Windsor. Abby, Carrie, Texas. Very cool. Colorado. Dewy, and you're drinking hot apple cider. That sounds nice. Sweden, you're making an espresso. I love it. And Callie, you're from Wisconsin. Cold and sunny. Sarah from New York. Anita from Poland. Debbie from South Alabama. And Nancy from St. Louis. Jamie from Minnesota. Hello, everybody. I'm so excited that you're here. Gosh, I really need to connect with some adults today because what a morning I had with my teenager. I won't say which one, but one of my teenagers was not in a good mood today. And it was just like, come on. I'm like, come on, just work with me here. I'm just trying to get us out the door. I want to get back here. I want to get set up for the live stream. So I feel a little frazzled, but that's okay. Satya from Oregon, my good best friend from high school, Christine, who will probably join us on Instagram, I bet. She lives in Portland, but she grew up in BC with me. Okay, and Claire, it's starting to go dark in the UK. Yeah, I guess it would be almost like just after 5 o'clock, and you're drinking a huge decaf tea. Yes, I would too. Hello, everybody on Instagram. I'm going to see if I can move the chat up here. I can't. I can only see myself. Hi. All right. So, guys, I want to chat today about we'll talk questions. I've got questions from last week. A few left over. Kelsey asked a question this week, which was great. It's a really good one. And well, of course, I'll talk about Christmas, like where I am in my planning and motivation. And the thing about Christmas is I see like with my Christmas posts, I don't want to say they're like controversial, but people have some opinions, which is totally great. And the other thing is like if you don't celebrate Christmas, if you celebrate something else, if you don't celebrate anything, I mean, I'm going to be talking about some of that on this channel for the next couple months, just because I really love it. And I really want to help people not to hate it, because they're overwhelmed with like the work that it causes. Because it does definitely cause like more work getting ready for Christmas. But if you get ahead of things and you get on top of it, you can really enjoy it. And the other thing is like if you are not like don't put pressure on yourself, but I've been doing sort of my routine for a couple of years, so I kind of have it down, and I really, really enjoy the lead up to it. I mean, it's pretty much like the lead up to Christmas is like the best part. Definitely not actually, to be honest, not actually Christmas. And I also am. I'm a Christian, so I celebrate the whole reason behind it. But at the same time, if you don't, that's like totally fine. But I think it's just such a nice time of year. And I always say I wish Christmas was in January because that's when you almost need like the light and the joy that all of the holidays bring. And so for me, I want to get the most out of it. So I start planning. I mean, I plan the year before, sort of have tweak things in my calendar, but I also really just like to start little bits in October and lots in November, and then very little in December. So I can just really enjoy the time with my family, enjoy time to myself, like when the kids aren't here. And I have a kid at home with a sore throat today, which Ugh, I was really hoping to have that time to myself because I could use it, but that's okay. So, and Heather is here from Ottawa Valley in Ontario. So everybody, let me know like what you are up to this month, how your October went, and also if you celebrate Christmas or any of the other holidays around then. What are you doing to get ready? Let's chat about what I'm doing. Okay, so I definitely um love the minimal the little things, I should say, the little things that can add to enjoying the Christmas time. And so I really love my holiday soaps. So I did a thing the other day on Instagram, and I was just sharing the soaps that I really love. And I love the Mrs. Myers. What's funny is I don't like their core line as much, but I really love their Christmas soaps. I love the I'm just gonna keep like peeking up because the people on Instagram, I can't see what they're writing. Oh, there we go. Sorry, it's crooked, you guys. There's my hand. Yeah, so I really love like my Christmas soaps, and I buy them from Amazon usually just a little bit earlier. And so I get like my fall soaps, I buy them at the end of August. And I definitely have decided I really, really like the cider soap better than the acorn soap for fall. And then, so just recently, I ordered the Iowa Pine from Mrs. Myers. And then there's a really good one from a company called Sapadilla, and they, or Sapadilla, I don't know. And they really, um, they have a really good one. It's like rosemary mint. It's delicious. And Deirdre is trying to decide whether to have a big or a little tree. So for me, when I decorate, you're going to see something you might not expect when it comes to my decor, and that will be coming out in the next couple of weeks. But for me, I really want light. So if I was deciding on the size of tree, I would look at my space, see how much room you have. You don't want it super cluttered. And then you want to see, like for me, I love the lights on the trees. So, and you're going to see a little secret about me when I decorate and my, how can I say this? Challenges towards minimalism? No, it's not a challenge. It's great. Okay, so for my planning, so I've already got my soaps, but I have Monday, November the 1st down to buy soaps. I'm going to change that actually. I'm going to put that back in October because some of these things, they just run out early. And so I'm just going to put that back. And I hope you guys don't mind this little bit of like Christmas productivity chat. Now I have November 1st down as putting up the Christmas lights. Now that is because it is like currently pouring rain, and it has been for the last few days. So I don't want my husband up on the roof when it's crazy weather. So obviously he's not doing it during the rain, but it's like early as possible. We don't turn them on until it's much closer to December. For me, it's all about just getting things ready. And then I'm actually going to next week, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I'm actually going to decorate. Well, I'm going to definitely declutter my Christmas stuff. I did a video on this Monday about how to declutter your Christmas stuff. And last year when I was putting it away, I thought, I need to make a video on this. I do not feel like doing it now. So I put it away and I was like, this is the last time I'm putting away this Christmas stuff. So I put it away and I was like, I can't wait to declutter you. So I'm decluttering it like next Tuesday on the 9th of November. And then I really don't think I'm going to put it all away. So I'm probably going to end up decorating on like November 9th or 10th, which is crazy. And yes, it is before Remembrance Day for the Canadians, but normally I wouldn't do it that early, but because I want to make this decluttering video and get it out there for you guys, I'm going to do it. And so what else? Oh, hi, Mom. My mom's here. Hi, Mom. Let me see. And hi, Dad, because you're probably watching this later. Okay, so Kelsey is saying she's over Halloween and she is ready to deep clean before she starts decorating for Christmas. That's a great idea. And for me, I always kind of like, I dust every week, but I dust and do a bit of a deep clean kind of as I decorate, but it's such a good idea. And Callie's trying to decide whether or not to decorate outdoors. A couple of years ago, we had a lot going on and we didn't. And I'm glad we didn't. I kind of missed it though. Hey, Tanya. So yeah, if you need a reason to celebrate a little more light in the yucky parts of the first year, look into Candlemas. Yeah, I've actually looked into that sort of thing before. I watched this amazing series called Victorian Farm, and then there's one Edwardian Farm, and then there's one called Wartime Farm, and then they have a prequel series called Tales from the Green Valley. I love them. I watch them each twice a year. I've been watching them since like 2010, I think. I can't remember which one came out around then. I love them. And they talk about all of those things because it's like the old fashioned, well, like the Victorian farm they go to, that they live in the Victorian era. It's like a historian and a couple of anthropologists. So good. Jamie says, we put up our lights this past weekend, cold in Minnesota. Yeah, exactly. So you got to get it up, like, so you're not going to like fall off the roof and hurt yourself. My dad actually fell off the roof once, broke his back, and I'm pretty sure he was decorating for Christmas. So there you go. And Debbie says she's with them for the lights. That's just it. Like, it's all, for me, it's all about the light. My mom, she leaves her tree up for a while. Mom, I'm not going to out you, but I know you leave it up for a long time. You can put in the comments when you put it away if you feel like it. And nobody told me what kind of tea they're having. Somebody said they're having apple cider. I can't believe it. You celebrate both Yule and Christmas. I'm going to have to look more into that. I think Yule is more Scandinavian. I think so. Callie leaves her tree up until February. I think my mom does hers later than that. Debbie, dark chocolate orange tea. Oh my gosh, that sounds good. So anyway, back to my Christmas planning. Every week I'll probably just check in and say where I am with all of this. So this week, getting up the Christmas lights. This weekend I have to work doing my nursing job. So I have got buy lint for advent calendar. So my husband, he has an advent calendar, and I put Lindt chocolates in it every year. It's an older one. I think it's from David's Tea. I love their advent calendars. And then I'm going to get myself one this year. And then I've got look at Christmas crafts on Pinterest. So if you like to make things that aren't going to cause like long-term clutter, consider, if you have the time and you want to, and especially if you have like children to entertain, consider making a gingerbread house. And so there's some great ones on Pinterest. You don't need to go crazy and get all like Pinteresty, but just have fun. So I like to sort of look at things like that ahead of time, make sure I have the supplies so that I can do it. And then I've got wrapping station. So I have my wrapping station in my basement. So I just get out my wrapping paper and I get out my ribbons and tape and have a pen and some scissors. So it's all ready to go. So we can just go down there, quickly wrap and get it out of there. My grandparents, they had this pool table, and so everybody would decorate on it, which was great. But then they sold it and then they moved. So, and Heather loves the BBC Farm series. Wartime one is her favorite. I love that series. You guys have to check it out. It's on YouTube. But I really, really, really love the Victorian one. And their Christmas series, it's 3 episodes. It is so good. It is like so cozy and so Christmassy. If you're into hookah or I don't know, like you can see I love Christmas. I have to hold myself back. But I enjoy it and without like the stuff. There's a caveat. Wait till you see my Christmas decorating one. I don't go crazy. Exactly. We would like to have an advent calendar for the first time ever in 72 years. Do it. Go buy yourself an advent calendar, Ginger. Come on. It's not just for kids. And Sarah says, we put up our tree the day after American Thanksgiving and leave it up until the baptism of our Lord, which is January 6th, January 9th. Yes. And a lot of people, they leave theirs up until then as well. And yes, because I put mine up early, I put mine up about generally the week before the American Thanksgiving, just because I feel like it's not enough time if I don't. So I put it up the week before the American Thanksgiving and then we get to enjoy it. And then as soon as Christmas is done, it just feels like there's more clutter, even though we kind of go low, obviously, low clutter, low thing at Christmas, but you're kind of just done at that point. You just want things to get back to normal. So that's partially why we do ours early. We don't usually. Judy, Hanukkah's early this year. You celebrate Hanukkah? I think that it's beautiful, the lights and the menorahs and all of that. And the Hook family liked my videos. That's very nice. I love Clean Mama too. Great desk now for a wrapping station. Going to do so. Thanks for permission. You get ready. And the thing about it is, this is why I like partially like the motivation I want to talk to you. Oh, Judy, that's great. What I really want to talk about is I love it. Like I want to do it all. It's not even my kids. It's not even my husband. It was definitely not my parents. Like I am the person that loves all of this stuff. So I want to get it in. And I'm not like, I want to do it all like, I'm not going to like burn myself out. I'm not going to, overdo it, but I want to do it bit by bit. So you got to start early. So you got permission to start early. Start early. And then on the 9th, which is next Tuesday, so I'll leave it at that. But on the 9th, then I've got to buy the Starbucks cards for the teachers. So teachers, learning assistants, depending on how many people you have to buy for it, just buy a Starbucks card or a Tim Hortons card if you're in Canada and they like that, because it's just a really nice thing. Like I think a lot of people like to get cute and do all sorts of things. Like I've done the jars with the homemade hot chocolate. It's cute. It's nice. It's a great thing to give. The kids enjoy it. But I think it's actually nicer if you just give them something that they're probably going to want. And I have heard from countless teachers that they really, really like getting the cards, the like Starbucks and whatever, because even if they don't drink coffee at all or any of that stuff, they can give it to somebody else. So it's really helpful. Carrie puts hers up on her birthday. Virtual advent calendar. That's really cool. I'm actually going to do some kind of an advent thing this year to help people with December and keeping the clutter down and all of that. So watch for that. If you're not on my mailing list, I don't even have a link to get on that. I just have my downloads. And then Kelsey says her tree comes down on the 31st. Yeah, that's exactly right. Don't forget gift card for the postal carrier. Yeah, see, for us, a lot of people in BC and in Canada, we just have these super boxes, what they're called. It's just like a big mailbox with all these slots. So I don't even know who my mail carrier is. But I definitely will be getting ones for our tutor. We got a tutor for our kids and a few other people. So that's always fun. All right. So I'm going to get to a couple of questions now that I've talked about Christmas. I could talk Christmas to death. So last week, somebody asked, how far ahead should you declutter? So Miriam asked, how far ahead should you declutter something you know you want to replace? My current bedspread is dying, but I want to make it last as long as I can. I have a backup, but I don't like it, and I don't plan to use it long term. Seeing the backup bedspread sitting unused is bugging me. Any ideas? Well, I think this is, to me, I think this is really kind of like, donate the one you don't like. Like, don't keep it if you don't like it. My aunt, actually, who it's her birthday, happy birthday, Leslie. She had one that her ex gave her when her kids were little, and her kids are both grown up. And she had held on to it, and she's like, I'll never use it. And I was like, donate it. And she's like, well, I know it's expensive. And I was like, okay, you could sell it or you can donate it. If you donate it, then the person you're donating it to, or like, say you donate it to the Salvation Army here in Canada, you donate it to them, somebody is going to find that, and who knows who it'll be, but it might be like a single mom who would love to have like a brand new beautiful bedspread. Wouldn't that be nice? So donate the things that you don't want, you can't use, they're not giving you value, donate them. And then she also says that her current bedspread is dying, but she wants to make it last as long as she can. So this is like another thing where I'm like, okay, you only live once. Like, don't, you go to bed every day. You go in there. This is a place where you're supposed to be relaxed. You're supposed to go, kind of be inspired. I feel like you should be, your mindset should be of like, yes, like I'm going to bed. I'm grateful for the day. I'm going to have sweet dreams and a great sleep. And you're going to bed on a bedspread that you don't like and it's dying. For me, I would declutter that bedspread and I would get one that I really like. You live once. It's not really being wasteful. I mean, yes, you do have one, but at the same time, why? Right? And I work in healthcare, as you know, I'm a nurse. And let me tell you, there is so much waste. I mean, I've gone to places where I've been shocked at the amount of waste. I've traveled to places and I've been like, wow. So you donating a bedspread or two that you don't like and getting something you do like so you can actually enjoy your space, your peace, make it, you could make your bedroom a really nice, cozy, comfortable, relaxing kind of hugo space. Do that. Don't hang on to that, Miriam. Come on. Get rid of both of those and get one you like. And if you can't afford it, ask for it for Christmas. Save up any money, work towards it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. All right. My jaw is hurting me. I have TMJ and it's an issue. I might have to get Botox in my jaw. Crazy. Hey, all this chatter. I'm like, me talking away. Oh my gosh. Okay, I was like, did I stop live streaming there? Oh, and Tanya, what did you say? Tanya is like an amazing, amazing gardener. Where did it go? There it is. No. Oh, yes. I dislike all the clutter and stuff of Christmas, so I keep it simple. We put up the tree around the 20th and down on Boxing Day. Yeah, see, that is great. I can't do that, though. I love it too much. You do it so nicely, though, but I get it. The clutter. The way to tackle clutter at Christmas is putting away all of your other stuff. All right, so I'm just reading quickly. Get one thing you really love and keep that forever is much better than having one you don't like or even multiple. Exactly, Alizara, exactly. And Amanda says it's dark at 4 p.m. in winter. I love your idea of putting twinkle lights in the house through the winter. That's just it. Like I've got to answer somebody on my Facebook group. See these lights, let me see if I can hold them up. These, I get these at Costco. They're actually like a single strand. It's really long, like that. And so this year, and I like to put them behind my desk because it's like nice and cozy and really, really hygge. And but it was like a little crazy, and the cats were like, "Ooh, what is that?" So I kind of wrapped. I put them out like I don't know how long, probably like 8 feet, and then I wrapped one around just to sort of hold it together, but kind of loosely. It's so nice and cozy. I love, 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 love the white lights. Hello, Sherry from Washington State. I've been there before. 100% agree with Heather. Satya, this is the ideal time. Do you think it's worth Satya is asking, do you think it is worth trying to sell holiday excess things? Okay, so this is exactly what I'm saying. And this is why I'm starting my decluttering my Christmas stuff next week. And then I'll probably end up decorating. I will definitely not be decorating it in the future. But when you make videos, it's nice to get them out a little early. So that's just it. I part of the other reason why I want to do it now is because then I can donate it or sell. I don't know if I have anything worth selling, but then I can donate it to like Salvation Army or whatever, and they can. Then there's people who can actually like buy the stuff and get it up when they want to. Just gonna get my fairy lights out today, just like yours. Got mine last year. Yeah, they are great. I love them. Okay, so where was I? Hello from San Antonio, Texas. Send us some cool weather. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's pouring rain out today. It's so cozy though, I have to say. And I lit the fire this morning. My husband, poor guy, gets up at like 4:45, and he was like, it took a lot of time starting the fire yesterday. I was like, I can do it. I don't mind. I actually kind of like it because when he's home, he likes to. So I lit it. All right, back to the questions. Rachel, how to ensure you won't buy more of what you have worked to declutter? I'm worried that if I pare down my belongings, I'll end up buying more. I have been more aware as I shop. However, long term, I'm afraid I will buy more kids' stuff, dollar store stuff, and Christmas decor. So I actually opened up my course and I went down, I made a course, it's called Simplify Your Home. And I have a whole section about like buying in the future. So I wanted to go down to my notes for that. So I think it's really important once you declutter, like you are taking the time when you declutter things. And every time, this is so important about minimalism. And if you guys are distracted, you got to listen to this part. This is so important about minimalism, but also just about life, about everything, about having like a quality life. When you are buying something, you have to ask yourself, is this supporting my goals? So, Rachel, if you're going to the dollar store or anywhere and you see something and you think, I want to buy this, you have to say, does this support my goals? I was out at a beautiful nursery yesterday buying a few, actually, like sea soil for my garden. And I saw they had a gorgeous Christmas decor. And I was like, this is beautiful. So I walked around and I enjoyed it. And I knew that there was no point in buying any of it. There was like there was an ornament that was a stack of pancakes. It was so cute. But I thought, I can't buy this, right? So you have to ask yourself, does this support your goals? So for me, I was like, I know that does not support my goals. And then also, am I buying this because it's on sale? If you're buying something because it's on sale, don't do it. Like, do not buy stuff just because it's on sale. You really have to say, like, would I buy this if it was full price? Do I need this? And I think one of the best things that really you need to ask yourself, and this is what gets me most of the time, is where am I going to put this when I buy this? And when it comes to kids, I think another really important thing is to ask, and this isn't like I'm not going to go through the whole like purchasing lesson from my course, but I'm just looking at some of the notes. But I think one of the most important things when it comes to kids and when you're buying is when your kids are, especially when they're really young, now is the time to get them to learn that they don't need a lot of stuff, that at Christmas, they don't need like 10 presents. They don't need, a stocking full of like a bunch of things that are just trinkets, filler, and going in the garbage. And that, like, we've made that mistake. And even like that is partially how I grew up. And no offense to my mom or my dad or grandparents or whatever, because that was it. Like they had fun doing that. And it was great. It was fun to open and look at these novelty socks, but they were like not fun and they made your feet feel sweaty, or like that's why I really, really, really like to ensure that I'm like getting quality, and that like I won't get into stockings today. I'll talk about that another day. But really, like, just if you are buying something, is this a quality item? Do I want to spend my money on this? Like, you probably, if it's from the dollar store and say you go there like 10 times, you probably aren't going to think, oh gosh, like, and everything at the dollar store is not a dollar anymore. Usually it's like at least $2. Think about it over time. Do I want to spend like $20 after 10 visits on all of these things? Probably not. And I think one of the best things is like, um, will I be decluttering this in the future? So not only like, where are you going to keep it? Do you want to spend money on this? Are you buying it on sale? Where am I going to store this in the future? Oh my gosh. Like, or do I want to declutter this in the future? And where am I going to store it? It's so funny. Okay, Lisa says, growing up, Christmas stockings were for restocking on toothpaste, toothbrushes, and other items, and socks. Am I right? Socks. Justina is here from Poland. Hello, Justina. Must be evening there. My jaw. It's so funny. It actually kind of dislocates. Now, let me see. Hello from the desert Southwest. Snow was falling in Vermont. That's nice. And then somebody was saying in Ottawa was saying it was starting to sprinkle. That's nice. We don't get a lot of snow here on Vancouver Island. And if it does, it's usually really wet. So it's more of a problem than anything. Okay, so that was that question. And then I have one more from Kelsey. And I really am excited to answer this one, Kelsey. Kelsey asked, and so the questions were submitted in YouTube. I have a community tab and I post pretty much every day now, and I really love the posts every day. And I just asked for questions. So I probably should have asked earlier because I don't even think I posted this post asking for questions until probably like 4 o'clock or something crazy. Okay, so Kelsey says, you've mentioned there's ADHD in your family. Do you have any decluttering and cleaning strategies that might help those of us with executive function challenges? Do I ever? So if you have ADHD or other neurodiversities and it's hard to focus, clutter is really, really bad for you. And I will be talking a lot more about this in upcoming videos, because not only people with ADHD, but everybody, we're also in such a distractible world. We have our phones, we have so many distractions around us all of the time. But in particular, we are just so bothered by clutter and we don't even realize it. So for people who, and so I actually have a video, Kelsey, coming out on Monday, this coming Monday, all about ADHD and decluttering. So you're going to like that. It's not, I've had a lot of people asking about kids specifically, so I don't really have one yet for kids, but more so it's about good habits. And I still am kind of like playing catch up on that. And I have 2 kids with ADHD and my husband has ADHD. I don't have ADHD. I have tendencies like everybody, but I don't think I do. I haven't been tested, but I definitely can relate to some of the challenges. But I think I'm going to give you just a couple tips. So my favorite is it's called the Pomodoro Method. And actually, first, what I need to say is for people with ADHD, the most important thing, Kelsey, I know you're excited. The most important thing is that you need to try to focus hard. And I know it's really hard to focus when you have ADHD, in particular, if it's not something you're interested in. And there have been a lot of studies who have shown that people with ADHD just really, really have trouble focusing on things they're not interested in. And they can hyper focus on things they're really interested in. So what you want to do is kind of harness that hyper focus, even if it's not something that you are interested in. So I love the Pomodoro method, and I use it all of the time when I am writing scripts and doing other things where you really have to focus yourself and you really have to kind of like make yourself do something. I mean, I love the writing of the scripts, but at the same time, it sort of feels like a monumental task. And I'm like, so what you do, I don't have, I'm using my phone for my live stream, but you pretend these Post-it notes are my phone. And I set my phone for 25 minutes and I put in my AirPods and I just put on like the spa playlist on iTunes or Spotify, which is free. And I just put it on for 25 minutes and I focus hard on my what I'm working on. And I might think to myself, because like every woman, I have a million things running through my head, to-do lists, whatever. And I go, well, I'm just going to check this. I'm just going to check that. No, I can't. I might, if I need to, if I'm really worried I'm going to forget, I just write it down, but I just keep going on what I'm doing. 25 minutes on and then 5 minutes off. It's called the Pomodoro Method. And so when you are decluttering and you have trouble focusing, what you want to do, if you can, put in your AirPods, and I talk about this all the time in my course in particular. Every time before you go to declutter, you've got to put in your AirPods and you need to put on something that interests you, whether it's music. For me, it's usually, I mean, I love music, but I usually listen to music more like when I'm working out. But put on like a podcast or put on like an Audible book and just listen to whatever it is. Entertain yourself, like make it as absolutely fun as possible and set your timer for 25 minutes or half an hour. I always say do half an hour, but if you have ADHD, sometimes even a bit of less time is better. So set it for 25 minutes and then take a 5-minute break after. And you can, your break shouldn't be like checking Facebook or anything like that. It should be like stretching or having a quick snack or walking outside, just enjoying life, whatever. But don't just dive into your phone. And then after that 5 minutes is up, like set the timer, because when you have ADHD, your timer is your best friend. Because a lot of people with ADHD have a thing they call time blindness, where you really have trouble having an idea of how long time is. So for me, as a person without ADHD, I can kind of be like, yeah, it feels like it's been about an hour. People with ADHD, like my oldest in particular, oh my word, like it just it's so hard for him to manage his time. So that is one thing that I suggest, is to really just put entertainment on so that you enjoy it, but it's nothing like, don't put the TV show on so you stop and you watch it. Just something audible or whatever, like put music on in the background if you want, and then set your timer and just focus. And then there's a lovely girl, I just saw her on Instagram. I can't remember the name of her Instagram page, but she says, people, when they're cleaning, they get distracted and they start wanting to put things away. Don't do that. Just make a pile of things that you need to put away and put it away when you're done. So those are some quick tips for ADHD. And there is a video coming Monday about that. And of course, there will be way more videos to come, because I really feel like the ADHD, I don't think there are a lot of channels devoted to people with ADHD and decluttering. And I really want to help people with ADHD and everybody learn how to make their environment so much better, so much more relaxing. And by simplifying it and making it more clutter-free and simplified, you can have much better focus and you can enjoy your life a lot more. And then you're not getting distracted. So there's more, like people with ADHD, they often end up putting, they often leave everything out as like visual reminders, but then in no time, it's like there's everything. And it's sort of like a Where's Waldo situation when you're trying to look for things. So Debbie says, we use that rule with our kids age 10 to 12. It means we don't end up killing ourselves to get them a bunch of stuff they most likely appreciate. I don't know what I said that you are agreeing with, but yes. All right. So that's the ADHD thing. And then one other thing I just really wanted to chat with you guys about was the motivation with decluttering, because this is something people really, really struggle with. I just wanted to say, and if you have any other questions, you can put them in the comments. But I want you to really think about why you want to declutter. And when I say this, it tends to annoy some people because they're like, just tell me how. And I'm like, I can tell you how until the cows come home, but you need to really be in the right mindset and know why you want to declutter. And not just that you don't like the clutter around you, or that you don't want it, you don't like it, whatever. But what is the impact that it is having on your life? Like, what is it? If you do have ADHD, is it hard to focus? It probably is. It's hard for everybody to focus when they have clutter. Our tutor, he's got autism, and he says that it's really hard for him if he doesn't have everything organized, and he doesn't like clutter at all either, because it's really hard for him to focus. For me, if I'm in a cluttered environment, I can't be productive at all. I can't I could never write. I could never write for my blog or for my YouTube channel. I can't focus on anything. I couldn't like sit down and be like, oh, I'm going to read my book now. This is relaxing if there's a bunch of clutter around. Like, it's just not going to happen. So I definitely, that for me is one of the big things, is like, I do not have good focus if there is clutter. So I want you to really realize when you are trying to motivate yourself and say like, why do I hate this clutter so much? Why don't I want it around me? What is the impact it's having on my life? But then I want you to turn it around and say to yourself, what will it be like when that clutter is gone? Because I really want to not have these problems. How about when there's no clutter around and you can focus on the things that you want to get done, and your executive function is better, and because you do have ADHD and you want to remember and you want to get the appointments done, get dinner on the table, and all of these things. You want to like do your day properly because it's so hard to stay focused. And then the clutter is making it that much harder. Like, everybody feels that way, but it impacts other people more. So you really, really need to understand. You need to know why you want to declutter. And then you need to say to yourself, what will it be like when I do? How nice will it be to walk in my house and see there's nothing on the dining room table? The kids' backpacks are in the closets because the closets are clean and I can hang them up there. And all of the shoes that are in that closet are shoes that we wear. And when I walk into my kitchen, the counters are clear. So when I need to start making dinner, it's easy. I can get out my ingredients and it's super easy to clean because there aren't stacks of paper. There aren't stacks of other things. There aren't just random bits of things where I'm like, what the heck is this? Why do I still have it? Well, this needs to go in the garbage, or this needs to be donated. Just yesterday, I still have stuff to take to the donation place. I had some jars that my friend Chelsea was supposed to take, but she didn't. So then my mother-in-law ended up picking from them. And then I took a few more because I made beef stock yesterday. And then the rest of them, I had a box. I had two huge pillows that I've been trying to get rid of. So I threw them in there. I had a night pajama shirt that is itchy for me, but I have really sensitive skin, and a sugar bowl that I've always hated. So this is the thing for Miriam. I have always hated my sugar bowl. I've always hated it. So I was like, you know what? I've had this thing for 17 years. I am donating it. And then when I see a nice one, I will buy it. But for now, I'm just using a ramekin. But so this is the point, is like, make sure that you are having an idea of how wonderful that space will be in your house, and declutter those things. Get them out of your house. I did yesterday. I had a bunch of errands to run. I had the box and I just dropped it off. So nice. I don't have these huge honking pillows taking up space anymore. All right, let me see. Any other questions before I go? Because my jaw is like this. Hoarder's Heart Melanie has ADHD and talks about it quite a bit. Oh, I'm going to write that down. Thank you. Thank you, Jody Hart. And there are some great ADHD channels. Yes, I have seen some good ones. I love how to ADHD that extrapolated to cleaning and decluttering, but I haven't found anything yet that deals explicitly with those. Yeah, that's exactly it. So that's why I decided I really want to do a lot more videos about how people specifically with ADHD or other neurodiversities like that need to do it. Ah, Chelsea, there you are. Well, if you want them, Chelsea, you can go get them at the thrift store by Quality Foods. Let me see. Teresa, so glad you love Christmas. I do too. Taking your advice, putting away the daily decor before putting out the Christmas stuff. That's just it. And thank you for your kind comments. Yeah, like you gotta just put away the other stuff. I used to do that. Like we would leave all of our regular stuff out and then put the Christmas stuff there too. And I was like, I still like our TV in our living room. There's like a bookshelf here and a bookshelf here and a thing that goes up. It's from IKEA and a thing underneath and the TV's in the middle. I mean, if it was just me living here, I'm going to say I wouldn't have that, but you know, I'm married. Uh, my husband doesn't want me to go too extreme, although he does really, really not like clutter anymore. And I know I've said this before, but if you're like, my spouse will never go for this, just start. You'd be surprised at how great your spouse can turn around for this sort of thing. And Heather says, I didn't realize that was a symptom of ADHD. Well, that makes sense. My husband is always saying how I'm such an awesome multitasker, but have no concept of time. Yeah, that's a huge one. The time blindness, Heather. And my amazing massage therapist just recommended a podcast called Huberman. He also has a YouTube channel, but his podcast is great. And he's a neuroscientist and an ophthalmology professor and neuro professor. And he did a really good one on ADHD. It was so interesting. Oh, thank you, Heather. Who's this? Debbie. Okay. Who? Heather. You said she's in her apron, often talks about her ADHD and how she has tricks to help her with tasks and planning. Who's that? Yeah, so I really am trying to help people more with ADHD. It's kind of funny because Kimmy, so she is in her apron is the name of the channel. It's funny, hey, in her apron. Yeah, so with my kids with ADHD, they aren't as interested right now in getting great at executive function, which really sucks because as their mom, I'm like, no, you need to know this. My 16-and-a-half-year-old is certainly getting a lot better with it. And he recognizes that one day he won't live here and he won't have as much help. My middle son, he's a struggle. Like his room is really hard for us to help him keep on top of. And the thing that drives me crazy about him and his room is that like I will help him clean it one day and the very next day it's just a disaster. So he really just needs to want the change. And so I've had a lot of viewers who have sent messages and commented and said that they have ADHD and that they want more help with that. So I thought, okay, I got to do this. There's a lot of people talking decluttering. I want to help focus on the people with ADHD. And everybody else can, I mean, if you don't have ADHD, you can certainly use these tips and it will be very helpful. Well, thank you, Heather, for that. Any other questions before I go? Any requests for topics for next week's live stream or any other videos? Because I will, and you can put that in the comments below or on any of my posts. I'm pretty easy to find on Instagram and Facebook. If you're not part of our Facebook group, I'm pretty active in there. I love, obviously, I love ideas for videos, but especially like for these live streams and to help motivate people. Like I really want to help you guys. And if you have a question, please let me know. Oh my gosh, how to ADHD is so good. Yes, I saw her video about her house and I actually included just a quick clip about that. So it's good. It's so good. So excited to be able to ask for experience gifts last year. Last year was so much. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Please send me the link to the Decluttering with ADHD. Yes, Chelsea, the video's coming out on Monday and there's a PDF that can be downloaded. I will put the PDF. Oh my gosh, where's the link? I will put the PDF in the comments for this video. Let me see if I have it on here on YouTube. Go to the YouTubes here. It's weird to click on YouTube and see myself. Like see that I am streaming. Yeah, I didn't upload it yet. Trying to manage all of this. And then I'm going to be making 2 videos a week for this foreseeable future, definitely until January. So what I'll do is I will put I'll send it to you, Chelsea, and then I will put the link below this for people who have ADHD who want the tips, but then also watch the video on Monday. And I put the regular stuff in the bin where the Christmas decor is stored. That's exactly what I do. I mostly stick the holiday decor that serves a purpose. I have a Christmas gnome pillow. I love Christmas. And I love gnomes. Mary Ellen Christmas gnome pillow covers. You're my favorite. Mary Ellen. Oh, yeah. Yeah. My mom has some gnomes. I don't know if you saw my video on Monday. I'm waiting for those gnomes. I need to help her with her Christmas stuff, and then I get them. All right. And she's like, you have to take the sleigh. I'm like, obviously, I'm going to take the sleigh. I think my mom laughed. Maybe something on tips with getting your kids involved in decluttering and cleaning if you don't already have something on that. Yeah. For sure. I will talk about that. I'm going to actually take a screenshot of that. Boom. Got it. All right, everybody. Well, my jaw is unhinged, literally, slightly. It dislocates itself, which is not fun. So I'm going to go because I need to rest. And I have a very chatterbox child here, and he's going to talk my ear off. So, all right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. This is fun. Like, I am really loving these live streams. So keep coming.